The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as the human delegation entered. Maya walked with measured steps, her dark eyes scanning the assembled representatives of 47 star nations. Behind her, William carried the data core that would change everything the galaxy thought it knew about faster-than-light travel. For 3,000 years, the galaxy had operated under one fundamental truth. FTL travel required jump gates, massive structures built at enormous cost, positioned at stable gravitational points, allowing ships to traverse the void between stars in carefully calculated hops. The Zeltharians had perfected the technology millennia ago, and every species that joined the galactic community accepted this as the immutable law of space travel. Until humanity arrived. Ambassador Quilleth of the Zeltharian hegemony rose from his floating platform, his crystalline form refracting the chamber's light into rainbow patterns. Human delegation, his voice resonated through the translation field. We have reviewed your request for independent travel lanes. It is unprecedented and frankly absurd. Maya stopped at the speaker's podium, her expression neutral. Ambassador, we're not requesting travel lanes. We're informing the council that we'll be establishing our own routes. A ripple of shock ran through the chamber. The Krill representative, a being of living shadow, materialized closer. You cannot simply ignore 3 millennia of established infrastructure. The jump gate network is unnecessary, William interrupted, his voice calm but firm. At least for us. The chamber erupted. 47 voices in 47 languages, all expressing variations of disbelief, outrage, and confusion. Maya waited, letting the chaos wash over her. She'd expected this. Humanity always had that effect. Council Director V. Henter, an ancient Kelmorian whose species had been traveling the stars since before most others had developed writing, raised one of his 6 arms. The gesture brought silence. Explain, he said simply. Maya nodded to William, who activated the data core. A holographic display materialized above the chamber floor, showing a human ship, the Audacity, their fastest courier vessel. Standard galactic FTL operates on quantum entanglement principles, William began, his fingers dancing through the holographic controls. You create a stable wormhole between 2 fixed points, your jump gates, and slip through. It's elegant, efficient, safe. And the only method that doesn't tear a ship apart at the molecular level, Quilleth interjected. As your species learned when you destroyed 3 colony ships in your early experiments. A flash of pain crossed William's face. Maya knew he'd lost his sister on the 2nd ship, but his voice remained steady. We learned something from those disasters, something the galaxy never considered. The hologram shifted, showing the interior of a human FTL drive. It looked nothing like the sleek quantum processors used in jump gate technology. It was chaos, a controlled maelstrom of energy that seemed to violate every principle of safe engineering. You're insane, breathed the Andromedan observer, a species known for their mathematical precision. That's a cascading singularity reaction. The moment you activate that, it should kill everyone aboard, Maya finished. Yes, it should. By every law of physics the galaxy understands, our ships shouldn't exist, our drives shouldn't function. And yet, the hologram showed the Audacity traveling between stars, not jumping through gates, not following established lanes, simply moving, faster than light, faster than anything in the galaxy, and doing it anywhere, anytime, without infrastructure. Impossible, Quilleth stated flatly. Improbable, Maya corrected. There's a difference. Humanity has always specialized in making the improbable routine. William expanded the display, showing the mathematical framework behind human FTL. The equations made several council members recoil. The Andromedans looked physically ill. You're weaponizing probability itself, the Krill representative whispered. You're telling spacetime that your ship is already at your destination, and reality is simply Agreeing with you. More or less, William confirmed. We call it conviction drive. The more impossible the journey, the more conviction, both computational and psychological, required to make it work. Our ships have AI partners, but they also need human crews, human stubbornness, human refusal to accept that something can't be done. V'Henter leaned forward, his ancient eyes studying the humans with new intensity. "Show us," he commanded. Maya smiled. She'd been waiting for this. "Already done, Director. The Audacity left Earth orbit 17 minutes ago. It should be arriving at Zeltheria Prime, the hegemony's homeworld, in approximately 3 minutes." The chamber exploded in panic. Zeltheria Prime was 47 light-years from Earth. The fastest courier ship in the galaxy, using the most direct jump gate route, would take 6 days to make that journey. "You're bluffing," Kuleth said, but uncertainty crept into his voice. "Even if your impossible drive worked, you couldn't possibly." A communication alert flashed across every council member's display. It was from Zeltheria Prime, from their defense fleet. "Unknown human vessel has appeared in system, requesting identification. Vessel is broadcasting message. The Audacity sends its regards." The timestamp showed the message was sent 30 seconds ago. Silence fell like a hammer. Maya let it stretch, let the implications sink in. A human ship had just crossed 47 light-years in under 20 minutes, without jump gates, without warning, without anyone being able to track or predict their arrival. "This changes nothing," Kuleth said, but his crystalline form had lost its luster. "One ship, a demonstration, you cannot possibly believe." "Earth has 347 vessels equipped with conviction drives," William said quietly. "We've had them for 2 years. We've been using them to explore, to expand, to build colonies on worlds the Council declared too remote for settlement. We haven't needed your jump gates. We've been waiting for the right moment to inform you." "Why now?" V'Henter asked. The ancient Kelmorian's voice was thoughtful rather than angry. Maya's expression softened. "Because we're not trying to threaten anyone, Director. We're trying to offer partnership. The galaxy operates on scarcity, limited jump gate access, controlled trade routes, choke points that can be blockaded or monopolized. Our technology changes that paradigm. We want to share it." "Share it?" The Andromedan representative sounded incredulous. "This technology makes you the most powerful species in known space. Why would you share it?" "Because we're insane, remember," Maya grinned. "Insane enough to think the galaxy works better when everyone has access to the stars. Insane enough to believe that freedom of movement is a right, not a privilege controlled by whoever owns the jump gates." William pulled up another display. "The conviction drive isn't easy to build. It requires resources, yes, but more than that, it requires a particular kind of psychological framework. Humans seem uniquely suited to it, but we believe other species can adapt. We're offering to help." "In exchange for what?" The Krill representative's shadow form coalesced into something resembling suspicion. "Nothing," Maya said simply. "We're offering it freely. Build your own drives, travel your own routes, break the chains of infrastructure dependency." Kuleth's laugh was bitter. "You're destroying the economic foundation of galactic civilization. The Jump Gate network represents trillions of credits in investment, countless jobs, the entire framework of interstellar trade." "We're offering evolution," William countered. "Yes, it will be disruptive. Yes, the transition will be painful, but stagnation is worse. For 3,000 years, the galaxy has been limited by jump gate technology. Species that couldn't afford gate access remained isolated. Conflicts erupted over control of key junction points. Entire civilizations shaped themselves around proximity to the network." "What you're describing is chaos," an ambassador from the outer colonies said. "We're describing freedom," Maya replied. The freedom to go anywhere, anytime, without asking permission or paying tolls or following routes someone else established. Isn't that worth the chaos? Vihenter stood, his 6 arms spread wide. The gesture commanded absolute attention. The council will need time to consider this, but I have one question, Ambassador Maya. Why did humanity pursue this path? Surely you knew it would be dangerous. Your early failures cost thousands of lives. Maya's eyes grew distant. My great-grandmother was from Earth, Director. She used to tell me stories about the first humans who crossed oceans, who climbed mountains, who went to space. They did these things not because they were easy, but because they were hard. Because humanity has always looked at the impossible and said, "Watch me." She gestured to the hologram of the Audacity, now peacefully orbiting Zeltharia Prime. We pursued this because we were told it couldn't be done, and humanity has never been good at accepting that answer. The council session ended in confusion and heated debate. As the chamber emptied, Vihenter approached the human delegation privately. "Your species frightens them," the ancient Kelmorian said. "They see power without precedent, technology that breaks the rules they've built their civilizations upon." "And you, Director," William asked, "what do you see?" Vihenter's weathered face creased in what might have been a smile. "I see a species that reminds me why I fell in love with the stars 600 years ago. The galaxy has grown comfortable, predictable. Perhaps it needs a little insanity." 3 months later, the first non-human ship equipped with a conviction drive successfully made an independent FTL jump. It was a Kelmorian vessel, crewed by volunteers who had trained with human engineers. When asked how it felt to travel without jump gates, the captain simply said, "Like being free." The galaxy was changing. Not everyone was happy about it. The Zeltharian hegemony fought the new technology, seeing their gate monopoly crumbling. Economists predicted collapse. Politicians warned of anarchy. But across the stars, species that had been isolated for millennia were suddenly reachable. Trade routes that had been impossibly expensive became routine. Exploration expanded beyond the jump gate network's limited reach. And humanity, insane humanity with its impossible drives and stubborn conviction, had given the galaxy a gift it hadn't known it needed. The courage to believe that the impossible was simply a challenge waiting to be overcome. Maya stood on the observation deck of the Audacity, watching stars blur past in ways that still made veteran spacers nervous. William joined her, 2 cups of coffee in hand. "Think they'll forgive us for breaking their galaxy?" he asked. Maya took the coffee, smiling. "Eventually. Once they realize we didn't break it, we just showed them it was bigger than they thought." Outside, the universe waited, infinite, impossible, insane. Perfectly suited for humanity.